When you first land on the HiFi website, you are greeted with a clean and modern design that immediately positions the platform as a professional fintech product focused on treasury management. The homepage highlights its core offerings, simplifying digital asset management, optimizing liquidity, and providing access to interest-bearing accounts. At first glance, the layout is intuitive, but it can feel overwhelming if you are completely new to decentralized finance or treasury applications. HiFi emphasizes transparency and usability, aiming to combine traditional finance reliability with decentralized tools. Navigating through the platform, you'll notice sections dedicated to interest rates, staking opportunities, and lending products. One of the most important aspects here is the ability to manage stablecoins and other digital assets in a way that mimics what larger institutions do with treasury accounts, but scaled down for individual or smaller organizational use. The interface for lending and borrowing is fairly straightforward, though some users might find the technical terms confusing. The platform does a decent job at explaining its features, but not everything is beginner-friendly. For example, when checking out how to deposit funds into HiFi, you need to understand wallet connections, transaction confirmations, and network fees. These are not hidden, but they could be a hurdle for someone who is new to fintech apps. One of the stronger features of HiFi is its structured interest accounts. They offer clear rates, and you can see exactly what your returns are projected to be. Compared to some competitors in the decentralized finance space, HiFi provides more predictability and less volatility, which is essential for treasury-style management. However, returns are not always the highest in the market, and that trade-off might discourage users who are purely chasing yield. Security is another area where HiFi puts forward strong messaging. They stress the use of audits and smart contract reliability, but like any fintech app, risks still exist. Decentralized finance has a history of hacks and vulnerabilities, and while HiFi appears cautious, no platform can promise complete safety. This is important to keep in mind, and the website does make an effort to include disclaimers and risk notices. The liquidity tools provided by HiFi are aimed at users who want more control over their digital cash flow. This can be particularly useful for businesses holding stablecoins or individuals managing large sums across multiple accounts. It is one of the more practical applications in the Fintech Treasury niche, showing that HiFi is not just targeting traders, but also those who treat their digital assets more like traditional money. I remember a night when my family urgently needed money and banks were closed. That's when I discovered Nemo Money. The transfer was instant, so go to the link in the description right now and start using the service today, with a $50 bonus credited to your account, saving time and knowing your money arrives without hidden fees. HiFi also includes staking features, allowing users to lock up tokens for rewards. This is fairly common across fintech and DeFi apps, but the presentation here is sleek and feels more like an online banking dashboard than a crypto exchange. For some, that design choice makes the experience more reassuring, while for others it might feel too simplified and lacking advanced analytics. In terms of support and resources, the website has documentation and FAQs that cover most of the basics. However, live support options are limited. This can be frustrating if you encounter technical issues or delays in transactions. For a treasury app that deals with significant sums of money, having more direct support channels would increase user confidence. Another important element is the comparison to competitors. HiFi markets itself as stable and secure rather than flashy or experimental. If you're someone who values predictability and a professional interface, this can be a strong selling point. On the other hand, if you want to push for maximum profits through higher risk strategies, HiFi might feel too conservative. Overall, my honest experience with HiFi has been mixed but positive. The platform delivers on its promises of treasury management and simplified asset control. The website design is strong, the user flow is clear once you understand the basics of DeFi, and the emphasis on transparency is reassuring. The downsides are the moderate learning curve, limited support, and sometimes lower returns compared to competitors. If you're considering HiFi, I recommend starting small, exploring the interface, and getting familiar with how deposits, withdrawals, and interest accounts work. Once comfortable, you can scale up and integrate it as part of a larger financial strategy. That concludes my review of the HiFi Fintech Treasury app. If you found this walkthrough helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button so you don't miss future reviews of similar platforms.